What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're here for a new Madden 23 realistic rebuild. Today, rebuilding my Philadelphia Eagles. Now, you may be saying to yourself, C4, whoa, realistic rebuild? Is your draft class done? We'll get to that just a little bit later into the video. And while we are here, before we take the preview of my Philadelphia Eagles, please continue to help me combat the YouTube robots. All we need to do is keep crushing the like button. So, can we get 1,000 likes on today's video, especially because we're treating the various Eagle fans that are across my channel far and wide by doing an early Eagles rebuild. 1,000 likes, and make sure you guys leave a comment in the comment section below about what team you want to see me rebuild next. Thank you guys for all the love and support so far here in Madden 23 season. It has been incredibly hype. It is 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm a father of two. I'm sleep training my daughter, and I'm still up playing Madden because it is that addictive this year. So let's take a look at our team here. We'll save the best for last. We have a brand new playmaker at wide receiver, A.J. Brown. We sent a first-round pick to the Tennessee Titans, brought in A.J. Brown, gave him a new contract, and as long as he stays healthy, I'm a little bit worried just because Philly just can't have nice things. If he stays healthy, monster. One of the most powerful wide receivers. I think he's going to be a very good fit for us. You throw in the fact we got Devontae Smith, the Slim Reaper, Heisman Trophy winning wide receiver, absolute ball. I think borderline underrated because you see the Jalen Waddles, you see the Jamar Chases, and he's just like, well, you know, Smith was okay. He is such a good player. And then you throw the fact we got the cheat code at wide receiver as a wide receiver 3 in Quez Watkins, who I actually did know got a face scan. That is absolutely nice. They paid respect to a channel legend, to a Madden legend. I think if we can go the full 5 years, those as our 3 wide receivers, we're going to be looking pretty. I will also throw old Jalen Reagor here up on the trade block just because he's just bringing everybody down, man. That guy's bad vibes. We have Miles Sanders in the backfield. This is an interesting one. He is in a contract year, and I think I'm going to play this like how I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to play it. Earn yourself a new contract. If he balls out, if he gets a dev trade, if he gets 1,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, we'll give him a contract. If not, this team, especially with their salary cap, is built to not pay their running backs. So that is just a position we can't allocate the budget there. We got Dallas Goedert, top 5, fringe top 5 tight end, whatever way you want to look at it. He's 85 with the star. And then you have an outstanding offensive line. We start with Jordan Mailata at left tackle, who, I mean, for a tackle that's, and if you group it in with tackles that are just getting into their prime, I don't know if there's a tackle with a higher ceiling than Jordan Mailata in the NFL. You throw in the fact we got Landon Dixon, second-year player with the star dev. You got the ageless wonder himself, Jason Kelce, who got himself a brand new face scan. Finally, classic Madden, right? Jason Kelce's been in the game for 11 years, and then it took all 11 years for him to finally get his face scan right. He's, you know, pretty much at the end of his career in real life, but at least he's looking like $1 million. We drafted Cam Jurgens in the 3rd round to be the heir apparent to Jason Kelce. We just got to get him on the field in his rookie season, so we have them there. Dillard is on the trade block in case you're wondering. So Dillard and Reagor, if we can get something for them, that'd be pretty cool. And then finishing up the offensive line, we got Lane Johnson, a.k.a. my stunt double, a.k.a. my twin brother. Is he the highest rated right tackle? It's either probably between him or worse. You know what I should do, actually, now? I always forget he has a face scan in the game. I should get the dudes on PC to, like, make me a career mode. Just take that face and then put it on a body of a running back. But that is the offense, except one very important position, and that is this man right here under center. This is very much in this Madden world, in this Madden rebuild, in real life, a proven year for Jalen Hurts. Show me what you got. Not only is it because this upcoming draft class is littered with talent, first-round caliber talent at quarterback, but it's also, you know, the fact that everything around him, it's like perfect conditions. There's a lot of quarterbacks that would most likely succeed with this offensive line, this run game, these wide receivers. So if Jalen Hurts can't perform now, it might be best to kind of move on. Plus, you know, he's getting, you know, he wasn't a first-round pick. There's no 5th-year option. Jalen Hurts in year 2 of this rebuild will be looking for a contract extension. So very short period of time for him to prove it to us, but we are going to give him every opportunity here in year 1. Looking at the defense, front 4 is outstanding. We got Josh Sweat, we got Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Haason Reddick, and Javon Hargrave. Haason Reddick coming over from the Carolina Panthers should be a proven pass rusher for us. Now, Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave in real life are going to play over Jordan Davis, but if you watch any of the videos kind of talking about the rookies, we know why you don't want Jordan Davis not to play. We currently play with dev trait regression on, and Javon Hargrave's in the contract year. So it's kind of modified a little bit, but hopefully all 3 of these guys get on the field. We're going with a revamped linebacking core. TJ Edwards, an outside linebacker, Nakobe Dean inside, and Kyzir White, who got a 1-year deal from the Chargers. I think Kyzir White, out of all the guys that I know that are in a contract year, He's probably going to get paid. I think I'm going to like him. We have Harris and Jaquiski Tart both on one-year deals. They are star devs, but I think the long-term stability at safety is a little bit worrying for me. I think that's a position via the draft or maybe free agency we want to try to target and stop going with these rentals. Maybe get something that's a little bit more long-term. We got Slay, who's an absolute baller on the outside. Low key, as the kids say. Probably one of my favorite Eagles. I might not get said enough, so I'll say it right here. If you told me to list out your top 3 Eagles, Slay probably makes that list right now. We got Bradberry coming over on a short-term deal, and Avonte Maddox, who's one of the more underrated slot corners in the NFL. I actually think this is the first time in a long time I'm very satisfied with the Philadelphia Eagles corner room. Now, the second, of course, when Philly finally has competent corners, our safeties are spotty. So that's something to pay attention to. But ultimately, here for year 1 in the rebuild, it's all about, can Jalen Hurts earn it? Can Jalen Hurts earn the right to be called the franchise quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles? We will find out. While we're in the preseason, I said we put Dillard up on the trade block, and I looked at the offers for Andre Dillard. Weren't particularly good. No offers came in for Jalen Reagor. I'll show you guys a new feature that someone had to tell me about in the comments. There's essentially a trade finder in Madden 23. We got Jalen Reagor here in the request to trade, and you can just hit Y on Jalen Reagor to get offers, and these are all the offers we got. I mean, he ain't playing for us. You look at some of these guys, potentially. Actually, that actually looks like a pretty interesting name there. Now that I think about it, look at that one. So we don't really need wide receiver help. We have our 3 wideouts. Don't want that piece of garbage after you hit that stupid hit to Jalen Hurts in the preseason game. But seeing Noah Igbenogany here, kind of like swap and bust a little bit. Igbenogany can come in and maybe be our 4th corner, add a little bit of corner depth. I'll take that all damn day. Best of luck, Jalen Reagor, in your future endeavors. And for Dillard, I just started fetching for picks. I feel like a 3rd rounder is pretty fair for Andre Dillard to be able to go in right away and be plug and play starting right tackle on the other side of Colton Miller there for the Raiders. And we'll take their 3rd round pick. Raiders are in a win now with Carr and Adams and all those guys. So here's the draft class we're going to be using. It is not my draft class. Bengal, who has always made draft classes on PlayStation, I've kind of always tried to handle it on Xbox. He has made the jump to switch to Xbox, I think, this year. Someone shared with me on Twitter that he has dropped his draft class. I was like, hey, you know what? I got my own draft class. I've been working on it a little bit. I got the quarterbacks, running backs, and special teamers done. That is where I'm at right now. He has this whole freaking draft class out. So I'm going to probably still pick at my personal draft class. I know there's going to be people like, I don't want to use his. I want to use yours. His draft class is going to be pretty damn good, man. I'm going to assume at worst, it's like 75, 80% what I would be rocking with. So we are going to be using his draft classes for the foreseeable future. Massive shout out to him for getting this done. I can't imagine. I've been making draft classes for the last, 5 years. I know how much time it goes into making a draft class. And the fact that he has one like this, it might not be fully flushed out, but one ready to go this early, that's a lot of work, dude. I've been trying to get mine out, and I'm sleep training my daughter. My kid's getting ready to go back to school. I'm a dad, man. I don't have time to get it out like this. So, absolutely, this is the draft class we're going to be using for right now. At least it is Bengals on the Xbox Next Gen Madden. It's going to be really interesting, too, man, because I think the biggest complaint when I do realistic read was like, oh, you know the ratings. I can wash my hands of that. I do not know the ratings, and I can generally enjoy drafting these real players. So that's awesome, man. I'm actually genuinely looking forward to this now. So without further ado, let's get into year 1 of this Philadelphia Eagles Madden 23 realistic rebuild. Our goal for this season, I think, is going to be very much in line with what the Philadelphia Eagles should be aiming for, and that is making the playoffs. For their contracts with Philly, I don't believe that there's 104. I feel like that's a fake number. I know how Philly's salary cap's looking, and I don't think it looks that pretty. Look at the guys that are set to become free agents. I'll tell you right now, first up, I definitely want Kyzir White. So we'll offer him initially this 4-year deal, get him locked up, and Jason Kelsey. I'm going to give him literally the most player-friendly. I'll give you 3 years. If you promise to play all 3, that's the only hang-up on that contract. You can't retire in the next 3 years. We have Javon Hargrave, very good player in real life. Having him on Eagles, he almost had 10 sacks last year. But as it relates to Madden, it's just way too tough to get a 3rd D tackle on the field. Maybe we ran a front 3, but we can't get as creative in the sim, so we're going to have to let him walk. Miles Sanders, we'll wait and see. See how it comes at the end of the year. He goes up dev or had a huge season. I won't have a problem in that last little window throwing him an offer. Bradberry's an interesting one. He's 29, 83. He's probably going to regress down to a 79, 80 in that range. And unless he has a bunch of interceptions, that's going to be a normal dev. That contract won't age particularly well. And we are armed with 2 first-round picks. So if we don't have to make a quarterback move, corners are pretty strong. DBs, it's a good year to need a DB. So I think we're going to wait and see, save some money on Bradberry. And the only other one that's kind of interesting would be TJ Edwards here. It's expensive. That's a lot of money for him. I think we're going to be cheap asses here this season. So a disappointing end to year number 1 as the Philadelphia Eagles go 8-9, which would be that'd be a tough one to swallow. Look at the offense was pretty bad. Defense was great. Number 6 ranked defense with the number 1 passing. Rushing was pretty bad, but that just looks weird. But overall, we had the number 6 defense. Let's figure that as a positive. Looking at the Super Bowl here to close out year 1, it is the Packers defeating the Colts 41-35. Aaron Rodgers is the MVP. Goddamn, Matt Ryan working wonders there for the Indianapolis Colts. Taking a look at our stats, aka can Jalen Hurts get over and survive a bad record? I'll tell you what, if Jalen Hurts put that stat line in real life, I'd feel cautiously optimistic. I almost would say let's give him another year. Those also aren't amazing numbers in relation to Madden. This is a great scheme. This is a great team. 4,600 yards, 32 touchdowns, 14 picks. So where does that rank? He was 16th in yards, 18th in touchdowns. I don't know, man. I almost feel like maybe that's good enough there not to reach. Maybe that's probably good enough to say we're not going to trade both of our first-round picks in the upcoming draft to get a quarterback. But if there's a quarterback at either one of those that is available, that is an upgrade over Jalen Hurts, we got to consider it. If we do that, I'll do right by Jalen Hurts, man. Terrific guy, terrific character, leader. I'm not going to Howie Roseman him. You know, when Howie drafted Jalen Hurts while we had Carson Wentz, it completely screwed up Carson Wentz. I don't want to do that to Jalen Hurts. If we decide to get a quarterback, we will try to move Jalen Hurts to somewhere else, man. Find him suitable. But we will see how the draft kind of plays out. Not a great year for Miles Sanders. Below 1,000 yards, below double-digit top. I mean, best of luck in free agency. Devontae Smith absolutely crushed it. 79 catches, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns for the Heisman winner. 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns for A.J. Brown. Goddard had 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. 800 yards, 5 touchdowns for Quez. Those are like really our 4 featured options as far as pass catchers. And really, all things considered, great years for all of them. Defensively, Kyzir White was a tackle machine. Glad we re-signed him. 148 tackles, 7 TFLs, 2 picks. 127 tackles for the rookie Nakobe Dean. We got 13 sacks from Haason Reddick, 8 from Fletcher Cox, 6.5 for Josh Sweat, 12 TFLs, 3 sacks for Jordan Davis. That's good for the rookie there. 4 picks, Slay leading the team. 2 for James Bradberry. Yearly awards MVP goes to Josh Allen. And in the NFC Cooper Cup, Aaron Donald. We got Jameson Williams. And Ebiketie gets the Defensive Rookie of the Year nod with Nakobe Dean coming in number 5, Jordan Davis at number 8. Those might be our best shots at having any award winners. And unfortunately, we fell a little bit short, which is a great summary of year 1 for the Eagles. No! Well, we got Jurgens for a reason, but that's still there's a black cloud over Philadelphia today, in my house as well, over here in Canada. I wasn't planning to go super crazy in this first free agency, but with the surprise retirement of Kelsey, and really, unfortunately, there's no upgrades at safety, where I want to try to improve. Linebacker, where I want to try to improve. Kind of had to just look at our third kind of bottom, but still kind of an important tier, and that is at guard, where we had Cam Jurgens playing. He's now going to slide into center to succeed Jason Kelsey, so we're going to look at the top guard on the market, which is Nate Davis, 79 overall, 26 years old, with the star dev. And we didn't get him. All right. F this class. Let's crush the draft. So there's been a run on quarterbacks. We have pick 5. We also have pick 12. I don't know which one of those would have been ours or the... I'm going to assume that this is the Saints pick. CJ Stroud went at pick 2. Pick 3 went Bryce Young. So we're now sitting here at pick 5, where our options are pretty thin, all things considered. Like, we're not going to pull the trigger on a linebacker here, Noah Sewell. Could go Keely Ringo at corner. Wonder if he'd still be there. The gamble is who's going to be there at 5, who's going to be there at 12. And I feel like the bigger player not to miss on would be the quarterback. So we're going to invoke all my Florida Gator bias. I'm going to trust that Bengal made Anthony Richardson a stud. But anytime you're dealing with a quarterback that is 6'4", 230, he's literally like if you took Lamar's athleticism and put it in Cam Newton's body. This is our quarterback of the future. Anthony Richardson, hidden dev, 93 acceleration, 91 speed, 94 throw power. Good God, what have we just unleashed on this rebuild? We were also able to make a trade to do right by Jalen Hurts, and it also kind of worked out because I wanted to trade up in the draft. Keely Ringo is still on the board. So we're sending pick 12 and Jalen Hurts to move up 2 spots in the first round, recoup a second-round pick, and get a solid depth player in Andrew Vingard, who's a 75 strong safety, which actually might start for us next season. But I think that's a very fair trade. Jalen Hurts offers a little bit something different than Davis Mills. Texans aren't in a position whatsoever to select a clear improvement, and I think that's a great trade for both parties. Look at the board here, pick 10. Well, really, the 2 other positions that I really want to try to improve. Sewell is there if we want to go linebacker. Ringo is here if we want to go corner. Corner is just a more valuable position. We have him scouted. He is a first-round talent, 6'2". Didn't go to the combine, but people are saying like he's like 4.2 speed, so he should be ridiculous. 92 speed, 93 acceleration, and he is a hidden dev. We have our outside corner to play on the other side of Darius Slay. With pick 5 in the second round, we'll take a look at safety. 2 pretty tough options here between Brandon Joseph and Jalen Catalon, but I think Joseph has these slightly better stats, and he is a better scheme fit. So we're going to select the Northwestern transfer, who also pulls a hidden dev. Let's go. Now, if we can follow this up with a good linebacker pick, we're cooking. So we need a linebacker. We are back at pick 10. This is, well, it's not really the pick, but it's kind of the pick that we got from that Hurts trade. We have Owen Popo from Auburn. We have Overshown from Texas. I wonder if Bengal would make him a little overpowered. But Justin Flo looks to have the better baseline stats so far. Plus, I know he's incredibly high upside. You know, freak player. Barely plays. Wait, Justin Flo has barely played any football at Oregon, and people are saying he might be the best linebacker in the class. So, I think he probably has the highest ceiling. I'm not overly interested in Overshown. Popo is intriguing. He probably is the fastest of the bunch. I would say Flo has the best shot at a dev if I was making this class. And he does have a dev trait. 6'3", 220, high ceiling linebacker who's going to complement slot right in there with Kyzir White and Nakobe Dean. And if you're counting at home, 4 picks, 4 dev traits. Not my draft class. Let's go. All right, we need a running back. I think there's 2 obvious options. We either go with the Darren Sproles or the better player. I think we have a chance with either one of those guys to get it 5 for 5. 5 picks, 5 devs. Let's just look. Honestly, let's draft them like we didn't know if they're real players or not. Deuce Vaughn, 4.4 speed. We'll go with like who is like the better combine. Or you have Zach Evans, who is an elite recruit. Had some off the field issues. Is he top scheme? Oh my God, we got to go Zach Evans, man. If he is hidden dev, 5. Can we make it 6 for 6? Literally the last position we have to try to replace is that guard spot. We swung and missed with Nate Davis in free agency. So we're going to look at the only scheme fit we got. Matthew Jones out of Ohio State. And our dev trait streak. And devs, now that we have dev trait regression on, aren't as powerful. But still, our dev pick streak ends at 5. But that's a great personal best. All right, we'll go 6 hidden devs. Dante Demus. I literally was a top wide receiver left. We have 4 wide receivers on the roster. Let's take a look at our draft class. It was absolutely riddled with hidden devs, which is great. What does that tell? That tells me that like maybe me and Bengal like the same guys that would be popping with devs. But I mean, nothing was like too ridiculous. We just got great dev trait roles. And again, as I said, with dev trait regression on in these rebuilds, you know, some of these guys just aren't going to play at the, like, you know, Demas. He's probably got to lose his dev. I think he might have a chance that, you know, Flo doesn't play a whole lot, even though I think he will. He might lose that, but don't take it away with outstanding draft class. I'm a huge fan. This is a roaring endorsement. If you're on Xbox, these draft classes, you can ball it like me. Anthony Richardson is our quarterback one going forward. Hidden dev 73, 94 throw power. The accuracy is kind of the shits. The awareness is very low, but everything else is absolutely terrifying. If we can develop this man, we are going to win multiple Super Bowls. Ringo was one of our top targets, and the rating is outstanding. 77 with the hidden dev, in my opinion. He is corner one, and apparently that is very much what he was in this draft class. Second round, needed a safety. The free agents at safety were pretty disgustingly bad. So we got Brandon Joseph, 75 with the hidden dev as well. That is absolutely huge. Justin Flo also popped with hidden dev. A little bit lower rating, only 69. But I don't think there's a whole lot of resistance for his path to play a lot as a rookie. I think he's going to slot in as that third linebacker. So he will be able to jump that rating up pretty quickly. Zach Evans is also most likely going to be our starter. Because we don't want to really lose that dev, I probably will also just kind of pigeonhole him in there a little bit ahead of Kenny Gainwell. He looks absolutely jacked. A dominant run. Look at that, his freak. That's a lot of green right there in the core attributes. And then we got Matthew Jones. Didn't pop with a dev, but a very great 73 rating. Demus pop with a dev, 73. I'm a big fan of those Maryland wide receivers. And I guess Bengal is too. So absolutely stoked with this draft class. Finish out with Helms and Verse as just depth picks. But it does not get a whole lot better than that. We have completely turned around this Eagles team that completely underperformed last season. And I'm excited to see what they can do here in year two. Not to brag, but it's not too often you can almost max out all 6 of your focus players with hidden dev guys. At least this, there's no spoilers. None of them are an X factor. So, I mean, if you just, you know, if we got 5 star devs, is that really that impressive? But if we got 5 superstars, that'd be pretty damn cool. And here in year 2, massive shout out, Nakobe Dean gets the training camp standout. And I think that, again, the tackling will give him a better boost to his overall +5. Need him to take another step this year. It is year 2 for our Philadelphia Eagles, but year 1 of the Anthony Richardson era. 75 with a hidden dev. We've been focus training him, and he looks as good as he's going to be. And I think given all of the players we have around him on the offensive side of the ball, especially a great offensive line, it's going to be pretty conducive to his development and his success, I think. Everyone's around him. He just has to do what he did at Florida. Zach Evans will be our starter at running back. Our wide receivers remain the same with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Quez Watkins. Mylata Dickerson. Jurgens takes over for the retiring Jason Kelsey. That was a sad day. Matthew Jones, a mid-round pick for us out of Ohio State, gets the start at right guard. And we got Lane Johnson there as well as Dallas Goedert. Defensively, not too much turnover. Josh Sweat, Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, and Haason Reddick make up the front 4. Nakobe Dean, Kyzir White, and Justin Flo is going to get the opportunity to start at right outside linebacker. Brandon Joseph also gets the opportunity to start at free safety. And we have Wingard, who we got from the Houston Texans in that Jalen Hurts trade. I mean, he's, you know, he is what it is, but it's a starter for the time being. 75 is not a bad rating. We got Slay, Maddox, Keely Ringo, and I didn't even really realize this when we made this trade for Jalen Reagor to the Dolphins. We got Igbenogany. He has a star dev, and he didn't even lose it last year. So, I mean, I don't know how high his ceiling's going to be, but that's still kind of cool if he can find a way onto the field. But I am very, very excited to have Anthony. You know, if I'm Holly Roseman, I'm Philadelphia, this is in real life. Anthony Richardson is definitely one of those quarterbacks that if we miss out on a CJ Stroud, if we miss out on a Bryce Young, he's probably the third option. You might not be like the third best prospect. You know, you got Levis, you got Tanner McKee, you got all those guys. But in terms of Philly, in terms of how we play, in terms of our offense, in terms of upside, I don't. Anthony Richardson's my guy. Gator by his side. So be it Jalen Hurts, be it Anthony Richardson, rookie or not, our goal this season is to make the playoffs. And you know what we do, man. Anthony Richardson is making his debut. We are going to hop on the sticks. I want to see flashes. Honestly, I want to see 2 touchdowns, get a win with Anthony Richardson. Totally doable. It's a home opener against the Commanders. I think we can do it. Boo! Yay! Let's go! First pass! Interception.
Another one.
That was not a good ball. As soon as I saw Devontae Smith, I knew that was getting there. Decision was not made quick enough. Second pick for Anthony Richardson. It was the play action animation that messed me up there, honestly. That's what we need. There's a very lot of good, bad, and ugly. Luckily, our goal had nothing to do with interceptions. We need 2 touchdowns and a win. Still attainable. Third and goal, and it is his favorite target. Who would have thought? A.J. Brown? Nope. Devontae Smith? Nope. Quez Watkins. And there's touchdown 1 for Anthony Richardson. I'm going for the touchdown here. Whatever, man. It's year 2. If this doesn't work out, doesn't work out. But we're going to be aggressive. I really actually want to just throw this to Devontae if we can. And he doesn't fall back in the end zone. Awesome. All right. No points. Fucking fuck! Defense got a touchdown, or special teams. Defense or special teams made us get a lead. And we're sitting at 1 touchdown, 3 picks right now. Run blocking is so just blocking in this game is so bad. I have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Now, there's just free shots almost every play. There we go. I'll tell you what, we're not playing all Madden anymore on in the rebuilds. Rebuilds are for me to have fun and enjoy. We're gonna knock down all pro so that my gameplays aren't like. That's why, you know, I don't want to. The Panthers franchise for all Madden. You know, let's have rebuilds be fun gameplay. Let's not have like my blockers do nothing in my rebuilds. You know. So we're going to knock it down to all pro and have a little bit of fun next time we hop on the sticks. And it was, you know what, you thought it was going to be something spectacular? Not with my offensive line not blocking at all. And the other various issues that comes with the state of Madden gameplay right now. But 420 yards, 2 touchdowns in the debut for Anthony Richardson. We'll just ignore all the turnovers and the loss. So take a look at our contract extensions here in year 2. We have $70 million worth of cap. So that is some decent wiggle room. First up, we have Slay. Let's see if we can give him the player-friendly deal first. I could even go up one higher, but he takes that. He's happy to be here. We have Fletcher Cox. Knowing that we made the decision to go with, you know, essentially Fletch over Hargrave. See if he'll take this player-friendly deal as well, which he does. So we have 2 more years of Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis. And even though I don't know if we need to do this, like if we were unbiased, we'd probably be like, well, we got Demas. We hit him in the draft. He's hitting Dev. We have Smith and Brown. We could go with that. It's Quez freaking Watkins, man. We are not letting Quez leave this building. So we got everyone signed that we wanted to, and we got 30 million bucks. Igbenogany's an interesting one. But will you ever get, like, is he going to be the success? I feel like he's going to lose that dev trait more likely. And that's what makes him look appealing right now, I think. He's more likely to lose that dev trait than he is going to start for us life beyond Darius Slay. Year 2. Year 1 of the Anthony Richardson era ends with a lot of pressure. We win the NFC East 12-5. It was a dogfight. Commanders and Cowboys were good. But I think if you lose to the Cowboys in the playoffs, that erases all goodwill that you had winning the division. 12-5, winning the division means nothing if you lose to Dallas in the first round. So the pressure is on, and this is at home. Take a look at these stats here. Well, Will Levis is up there. That's a lot of pressure on. We know we're not winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, depending, but that is outstanding. What? 4,900 yards, 41 touchdowns, 6. Picture a little high. Be honest with you. What does he also have rushing? 400 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Zach Evans, okay, you know, kind of showing us the value of what we saw with Miles Sanders last year. For whatever reason, though, in real life, really just runs the ball a lot. They don't in the sim. What does he have trade on Anthony Richardson? Let's go, Bengal. Let's go with the superstar, Anthony Richardson. He is a believer, too, I suppose. Huge year from Devontae Smith, 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, 1,200 yards, 9 tutties for Quez, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns for A.J. Brown, 8 and 6 for Dallas Goedert. On the defensive side of the ball, Kyzir White, 146 tackles, $138 for Nakobe Dean. We got 17 sacks from Fletcher Cox. Really, really happy we re-signed him. 12.5 for Haason Reddick, 9.5 Josh Sweat. And just for whatever reason, man, Jordan, I mean, Not for whatever reason. We're all just being optimistic that Jordan Davis can develop into a pass rusher. But, I mean, he's being vicious against the run. 15 TFLs is still really, really good. 4 picks. Andrew Wingard, kind of like the guy that was part of the Jalen Hurts trade and might start because we were really weak at that spot. He's pretty damn, there might be something there. Was he actually in a contract year? I hope not. Might have to double check on that. Yearly awards. Kyler Murray wins the MVP. Anthony Richardson does make the short list there at number 8 in the NFC Odds Play. There's Cooper Kupp. We got Shaq Barrett. Anthony Richardson is Offensive Rookie of the Year. Does that mean he goes up to X Factor? He actually beats out Will Levis and Bryce Young. Zach Evans coming in at number 4. We have on the defensive side Tyree Wilson. Who is that? Pass rusher, Texas Tech, if I had to guess. We got Will Anderson in the division, as we would have saw in that little gameplay we had. Rest of the awards, seeing if we have any Philadelphia Eagles. We unfortunately do not, but Offensive Rookie of the Year belongs to none other than Anthony Richardson. He's on that superstar. We are cautiously optimistic that he might pop X Factor when all is said and done. That would be awesome. That is the perfect dreamland for this rebuild. Rest of the players that had depth chart, Demas did not get his unveil. We obviously kind of buried on the depth chart there. Zach Evans came out as a star. So those are 3. We have Brandon Joseph, who is a star. Justin Flo, who is a star. And Keely Ringo popped a superstar. But he might, I don't know if he'll regress or not. I'm going to guess he might, but hopefully he doesn't. I mean, that should be dismissed. You should not. Maybe we can impose that rule. No rookies should lose their dev trait. That seems actually kind of fair. But that's easy for me to say. I'm staring at one of the greatest rookie classes of all time in relation to Madden. So we are in the wild card round against Dallas. I'll be honest with you. This would be I don't know. I'll view this one as an Eagle fan. I don't care if we win the division. If what happens just happened, we lose to Dallas in the first round. I'd rather be 3rd place in the division and beat Dallas in the playoffs than win the NFC East. So a rough postseason for Anthony Richardson, but it's only year 1. I wasn't expecting really to go on a super deep run this year. I think we'll be back better than ever next year, especially if he goes up to X Factor. I mean, he had a clean game, 1 touchdown, no picks. It was our defense. Dropped the ball, couldn't stop Dak. The 2023 season finished with the Bucs defeating the Bengals 33-31 in the Super Bowl. Shaq Barrett is the MVP. I assume that was like some sort of sack fumble. Maybe he had 4 or 5 sacks, something crazy like that. But take a look at our squad. No depth traits up or down. So we're happy with that. Anthony Richardson still on that superstar, which is outstanding. But we had a chance maybe for X Factor, we thought. That did not happen. Keely Ringo superstar. Got to keep that flow. Dean, White, Joseph. None of those guys went. I'm kind of surprised. Thought Fletch with 17 sacks might have been able to push X Factor as well. But at least no one lost anything, because that's going to change. We're probably going to lose a bunch of dev traits along the way. But I don't know how much more, Anthony. Like 40 touchdowns, Offensive Rookie of the Year. You stay on your dev? I don't know about that. Also, Demas was actually the lone rookie that lost his dev trait. And again, I think we're just going to apply the rule, no rookies lose their devs. So at least he has one more season of growth on a star dev. For free agency, I mean, really free agency, especially until it gets patched. It's kind of like, pick your shot at what you want for an upgrade. And, well, Wingard was good for us at safety. He's also, he's not Jeremy Chin. So we're going to bring in Jeremy Chin. Something kind of neat as it relates to Jeremy Chin. Back in the draft when we drafted Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round, Jeremy Chin was supposedly the other guy on their board that they did not go after. He's here. We made it happen. Last piece of business is picking up Devontae Smith's 5th-year option. He's up to a 90 overall, the Slim Reaper. Much like Darius Slay when we kind of talked about it earlier in the video. One of the guys that I don't talk about a whole lot, but might be in that list of my favorite Eagles currently on the team. Love Devontae. So we're at pick 24 here in the 1st round, and it's really down to successors at this point. I don't really think we have any team weaknesses, so I'm down to either Randy Bishop here, and this is planning for life beyond Fletcher Cox. Combine looks pretty solid. The stats look really good. I will also say I got absolutely robbed with my scouts. Tackle was supposed to be a strength of the class. There's 5 left tackles, and 3 of them were UDFA talents that went in the 1st round. But point being, and this guy actually looks pretty decent, Marco Hayward. If we want to have him come in and see if he can compete with Jones, that's his name, Matthew Jones, the guy we got a guard out of Ohio State. He looks pretty good, but the answer comes down to this guy, Hobbs. Do we get Lane Johnson's replacement? Who are we worried about first? Lane Johnson, or are we worried about Fletcher Cox? And I mean, Lane's 33, 34. If he retires, like, you gotta get his immediate replacement, but, like, he's not gonna play, whereas at least your third D tackle does play. So I think that's gonna be the slight tiebreaker here. We're gonna go Randy Bishop out of NC State, hidden dev. I'll take it. In the second round, we go projected day 3 pick Stephen Polk at guard, and he pops the hidden dev. That was what I had. I had A awareness, A pass block power, and then double ACs. I just took the guess, took the flyer, and we got ourselves a guy that could come in and compete at right guard. I'll show you an example of just like how we've been making some of these picks. So like now we're still in the second round, but I'm just thinking about our roster, thinking about where we could go. And I was like, all right, well, you know, Kyzir White's technically getting up there a little bit. Maybe we have someone in the pipeline. Looking at all the guys, we have pass coverage, Victor Godfrey. We have F blocks that don't really need it. It's a pass coverage guy. We got the A zone coverage, which is a pretty good tell. But then you have A to C for pursuit and tackle. So it's the gamble. Are we going to gamble that those are going to be pretty good? The physicals look very good. Third in the 40-yard dash, second in the 3-cone, first in the 20-yard shuttle. Those have historically been pretty good tells. That is going to be a solid player. So let's see if we can get Victor Godfrey, and he pops a hidden dev. Let's go. Easy as that. So our draft recap, Bishop, our hidden dev D tackle, pops as a 75. Now, not a scheme fit, so in a perfect world he would be, but he's just going to be D tackle 3. He's a successor. No one really in this draft, outside of maybe Stephen Polk, our second round pick with the hidden dev, is going to have an opportunity to start right away. And for him, he's going to be looking at that right-hand side to play with Lane Johnson. We got Godfrey, our hidden dev that you guys saw, kind of me walk through how I decide who I'm drafting. He's 73 pass coverage. That is simply outstanding. So, I mean, it's, you know, real draft classes or not, yeah, you know, we can get it done. We can find some great picks. We got Cordell Crawley, 71 running back here, power back, coming in at RB3. Then we just kind of finished out the draft. We had all 3 of these linemen kind of scouted. So we got 66 normal, 62 normal, 66 normal. And then we finished up with just the best twitchy athlete. And he's going to convert to a defensive end, Marion Justice. But I will take 3 hidden dev players, 4 guys above a 70 here in the second draft. Year 3 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Offensively, only change comes at that right guard spot. But we are going to go with Stephen Polk, 75 with that hidden dev, the rookie out of Stanford. On the defensive side of the ball, we had our big free agency signing starting now at strong safety, which is Jeremy Chin. Godfrey is going to be our top linebacker. You probably will see some snaps, as well as Bishop as our third defensive tackle. I actually did notice Slay went down, Dev. He was superstar. He's down to a star. All right, we faced a little bit of regression last season, but ultimately I expect this team in year 2 of the Anthony Richardson era, year 3 overall, take the next step, get our first playoff win. And that is going to be our season goal. Let's make the playoffs. All right, so we have to take a look at some contract extensions here. And I'll tell you right now, those are not numbers I want to see for Haason Reddick. He is at his ceiling, and he wants a 3-year, $60 million deal. I think all things considered, I'd rather go Josh Sweat on that front, and then we'll have to figure out something else at pass rusher. So we'll offer Josh Sweat a 3-year deal, and unfortunately got to move on from Haason Reddick. Landon Dickerson, absolutely want to give him very player friendly. I just want the years, honestly. So we'll get him locked up for another 4 years, at least the remainder of the rebuild. Vontae Maddox is an interesting one. I think we actually can get him on a 2-year deal. That'd make me happy. And there we go. We get Vontae Maddox on a 2-year deal. $33 million left of cap. I think we can replace everyone. But now we need to kind of shift our focus. I unfortunately did not scout really D-ends too heavily in this draft. There's going to be a hole there next year. Year 3 is finished, and I guess the trope that no NFC East champion can repeat remains true as Dallas wins the division, but we're runners-up. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine with it. Week 18, what a game. 49-42, we beat the Colts. We see a big game out of Anthony Richardson. We actually see a big game out of Matt Corral, which is good information to stuff away for another series. But Slay gets NFC Defensive Player of the Week with 2 interceptions. Let's go. That's weird to get 49 points and not have one of the offensive guys of the week. Look at the big picture for our team anyways. Unfortunately, not seeing anybody outside of Kyzir White and Nakobe Dean, 2 and 3 in terms of total tackles in the NFL. Maybe we got 2 dev trades popping up there. Anthony Richardson was pretty good. Didn't get 40 like he did last year, but 4,900 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 picks. That is very good numbers for him. On the rushing standpoint, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns for Zach Evans. Whoa, okay. This makes a little bit more sense. 346 rushing yards, 9 touchdowns for Anthony Richardson. So he finishes with 46 total touchdowns on the year and over 5,000 total yards. Might be MVP. This was Madden 22. He'd win MVP because of the scramblers. 4,000-yard receivers, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns for Quez, 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns for Devontae Smith, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns for Dallas Goedert, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns for A.J. Brown, and even Zach Evans got involved out the backfield, 500 yards, 6 touchdowns there. Unstoppable offense. Kyzir White, number 2 in total tackles. Nakobe Dean, number 3 in total tackles in the league. 10.5 sacks to Haason Reddick. Man, the rest of the sacks have been that's probably the most underwhelming part of this rebuild so far. Our pass rush has been pretty dog shit. 4 picks, Jeremy Chin. I mean, that's a great debut season for our big money free agency signing, 92 tackles and leading the team. Slay there with 3 picks. Got 2 of them in the last game, though, so a little bit of a slow season for him. Lamar Jackson is the MVP. Wow, Anthony Richardson comes in at number 4. We're getting there. I think we'll get one before this video is over. Looking at the award winners. Wow, no one. I feel like we're getting shafted there. I don't know. Maybe everyone else is just having great years. But also, maybe not. So here in year 3, can we not be one and done in the playoffs? We were one and done last year. I think we are the better team than the Arizona Cardinals. And Madden 23, I was going to say, tends to have the better team win more often than not. And that was not the case here today, even though Anthony Richardson did his part. I'm happy for you guys here. 2024 season, we got the Detroit Lions, our Super Bowl champ. Like, that's a team we're probably going to... They're up there on the list for teams that I want to rebuild next. But they beat the Bengals there. Dan Bennett, so they found themselves a true Jared Goff successor. Is it even right to say successor? Because that means that Goff had some level of success there. They found his replacement. As far as dev traits are concerned for our team as we cleared our lockers, no one went up any dev traits. Lane Johnson lost his superstar. I mean, just get up there in age again, not too ridiculous. On the defensive side, Fletcher Cox lost his superstar, but Nakobe Dean went up to a superstar. So that's pretty huge. And another kind of interesting scenario, Justin Flo, the hidden dev linebacker, is actually kind of getting passed by the linebacker we drafted here in Victor Godfrey. So, I mean, maybe we got some guys we could probably look at trading, like Demas, 78 star. There's some value there. Jones is a 76 guard that's still relatively young. You throw in the fact we got Flo with a hidden dev, maybe we'll be able to trade for a pass rusher, potentially. I'll at least explore the open market. Something was up. I knew something was up. Our salary cap went up. Lane Johnson has retired. I thought he for sure would go longer in this rebuild. Damn it. I guess we technically made... Oh, Fletcher Cox retired. I was going to say, I guess we made the wrong call getting the depth at D-tackle of the Fletcher Cox successor in last year's draft. And that actually kind of... So we lost Fletcher Cox and Lane Johnson in the same year. Pour one out. Free agency is ridiculous. I would be lying if I said I did not think that this would just be funny. But it's a real... If this was a regular rebuild, not branded realistic, I almost certainly would just sign Parsons just for the comments. Just for the comments. We need a pass rusher. I can afford him if I wanted to. But there's obviously this is an issue with the free agency right now. So just wanted to show you that, showing what I could have done. We're going to be trying to be modest a little bit. I'm just looking at Trey Smith here, and we'll get him and we'll kick him out to right tackle, which is where he played tackle at Tennessee in college. So there's a little bit of cover there, but man, oh man. It's good to know, though. Like, when we get around just doing a regular old-ass rebuild with the Eagles, Micah Parsons is there. I'll tell you right now, if he's there the next time we do this with a different style of rebuild, I'm signing him 100%. Last piece of business for the offseason is picking up the 5th-year option on our superstar defensive tackle, Jordan Davis. So I had to trade up in this draft. We sent pick 19 and 77, second or third year guard Jones to the Rams to move up 3 spots to pick 16. We also got a 3rd-round pick in exchange. The reason why is that there were 2 pass rushers that I said those are probably going to be pretty good players. One just went off the board, the Atlanta Falcons, Rocky Johnson. So I just couldn't wait 3 picks and have the chance of literally the only guy on the board that I still like coming up. So we have, in terms of pass rushers, we have Matt Burns. We scouted him. Didn't look too good. But the last little jump off here is Martin Camp, the speed rusher out of Texas, 6'4", 260. We got A, blockhead, B, pursuit, B, tackle. Zone coverage is not brutal. The combine is not perfect, but still pretty good. The 40 is okay. 40's not super crazy, though, in identifying good outside linebackers, but he is who we're going to get. Look at that 90 acceleration, 88 speed coming off the edge. There is our Haason Reddick replacement. Not Micah Parsons, but it's pretty damn good. Now it's all about depth, corner and D tackle, because we only have 2 D tackles on the roster. It comes down to 2 players here. Let's walk you through it, see if we can make the hit together. We got Larry Oliver here, corner, 5'10", 186. Not really an outside guy. The combine does look pretty good, and I'm a little bit more worried about Slay's regression and not having that next corner that can step up. But really, it's between him, because I mean, you get the A, B, C, C. Not perfect. It's also not brutal. Or we have a D tackle, Lonzo Traylor, who is a scheme fit. CBBC. It's not brutal. It's kind of making the cutoff, and the combine is accepted. So I actually think both these players are pretty good. I'm going to predict that Traylor would have the dev trait. I'm a little worried about Oliver here, but corner's a little bit more important for us right now in terms of depth, so we're going to grab Oliver. But I guarantee I'm going to go right at the end of the draft just to see if we're right. Oliver should be 71, 72. I think Traylor is going to be maybe a little bit lower, but have a dev trait. Actually wrong on Traylor. I mean, great player for the value and what he's at, 72. But no dev trait. I don't know, maybe... You know, Nostradamus, not 100% correct, but we had a crazy draft class. You guys get to see our last couple picks here. So, all rounds. Camp is 75 hidden dev. He is going to be a pass rusher. I don't know if that's going to change his rating too much because that's his scheme anyways. Archetype, whatever you want to call it. We got Oliver, the corner, normal dev, but I expected a high rating. He did. He got a 74. Kind of, you know, some average picks here, to be honest with you. Filling out depth. Center, this guy's going to be a pass rusher. This guy's going to move into D tackle. But then I was just like, let's just fill out the rest of the spots. I don't have a fullback. I don't have a kicker. I don't have a punter. Kicker and punters are very easy to draft this year because in the 4 attributes you get awareness and kick accuracy. Just take the highest grade out of those. That's what I did. Both these guys had A, awareness, B, accuracy. You don't get the kick power. And then fullback was just kind of, you know, again, same thing. Go with the best grades. They're all normal dev, though, but 74, 73, 73. That's just a great way to finish out your draft. But I'm happy we got our pass rusher. Martin Camp, big things. Let's get some double-digit sacks for this kid, rookie season. Year 4 for my beloved Birds, and here is a look at our team in terms of change. We got a new fullback, Mike Trout's brother. We got a new right tackle replacing the great Lane Johnson in Trey Smith. So at least like from a rating standpoint, that's not too far off. And on the defensive side of the ball, we have... I'm going Godfrey over Flo, even though I don't want to be blinded by the depth trade. I think Godfrey's slightly better for what we're looking for. We'll make Flo the top depth, so he still gets on the field. Camp is our Haason Reddick replacement after we aggressively traded up so we can secure his services in the draft. Bishop has to step up. He is straight up replacing Fletcher Cox, all things considered. But ultimately, even though we have lost some, you know, we're probably not as strong as we were last year, but we're pretty damn close. I think we can go on a run. Not quite Super Bowl or bust, so yet again here in year 4, our goal is just to make the playoffs and then see if we can go on said run. This is always the most important extension period because these guys are going to be here for the full rebuild. These guys are going to be here for the final year of the rebuild. So, I mean, we'll do right by Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce kind of branded Cam Jurgens his true successor. So even though he actually turned that down, I will come back because that's what Jason would have wanted. We'll offer Slay this 1-year deal. He might take it. He might not. He does, so we can get him going for the full rebuild. We have, what up next? Nakobe Dean. Absolutely. Let's just make sure he signs. Can't let this guy walk. Superstar. He's been a tackle machine. Him and Kyzir White, one hell of a tandem. Hopefully it's like that in real life. We'll give Dallas Goedert here a 4-year deal. Get him to go the full rebuild. Same with Jordan Mailata. I mean, he'd probably sign for just about anything, but we're straight up just paying man our salary cap. I'm not overly worried because we're also, you know, we're passing on guys like Micah Parsons, so it allows us to re-sign all of our guys. So for Jason Kelce, I'll come back for Jurgens. I'll even overpay for him, and we'll still be able to go into our final free agency. About $30 million, so that is one big signing at least, as long as it's there. The end of year 4, Philly is back on top of the NFC East with an 11-6 record, just finishing ahead of the Dallas Cowboys. We're also a 90 overall, and we are going up against a team that I kind of need to be positive about. I'm happy to see the Panthers at this stage for other reasons, but we are here to get a playoff victory after 2 straight seasons of being one and done. Looking at big picture here across the league, Kyzir White 3rd in tackles. Again, he's been an absolute machine, but nothing else really jumps off the page. Anthony Richardson, very good. The stat lines, great. Where he ranks in the league just kind of shows how crazy some of the passing numbers are, but 5,000 yards passing, 41 touchdowns, 10 picks. That's a monster. 1,300 yards, 19 touchdowns for Zach Evans. Richardson had 300 yards, 9 touchdowns. So we finished with 50. Give him the MVP, please. Please. Receiving, we had 83 catches, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns for A.J. Brown. This is actually the first year I think he's led us in receiving. I think, like, Quez has done it. Devontae's done it. This is his first time. 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns for Devontae. 9-6 for Goddard. 9-4 for Quez Watkins. And on the defensive side, Kyzir White, tackle machine, 163 tackles, 11 TFLs, $130, and 4 picks for Nakobe Dean. 11.5 sacks, Josh Sweat. Camp, the rookie. What do we got? Superstar X Factor. He is star, but he's played very well. I will absolutely take 10.5 sacks from a rookie. Makes us, being so aggressive, going up to get him. Looks pretty good. Decent year for Bishop and Davis. And Ringo with 4 picks. 4 for Nakobe Dean. That Georgia pipeline is absolutely working well for Philadelphia. Dan Bennett, the reigning Super Bowl MVP, wins league MVP, beats out it. If he doesn't have 50 touchdowns, that's the only thing that matters. If he does not have 50 total touchdowns, it's bullshit. Holy shit. He had 56. Okay. Just moving on. What the hell? That's quite a shocking number. Martin Camp is defensive rookie there, so you might get dev trait right off of that and go up to a superstar. That'd be huge going into year 5 is having a superstar pass rusher. Runner up there for quarterback of the year because, what the hell was that, dude? What the hell? We got kicker of the year, Hoskins. It'd be cool to see if kickers go up dev trait. But we got to focus all here. We got to get past no MVP. We got to get past the Lions and all that stuff. I'm sure. Actually, I kind of hope we play the Lions and can beat them. First round of the playoffs. Can we avoid going 3 straight years of being one and done? We are taking on the Carolina Panthers. And we handle business. Our first playoff victory, 33-28. It was close. The Lions are one and done. How fitting. But 33-28. Wow, not much there out of Anthony Richardson. He just played a clean game. We let Zach Evans do the thing. He did have the rushing touchdown. Zach Evans with the, looking like he's getting the game ball. But this is a monumental moment. Our first playoff victory. A couple sacks there. 2 picks. Darius Slay, the veteran. And the Eagles are moving on. We have the Minnesota Vikings up next. A team that, I don't want to insult Viking fans that are watching this, but the last time we met in the playoffs was one of the best games I've ever seen in my freaking life. And then the Vikings fans were trying to Philly shouldn't be able to move on because their fans are mean. Oh, it was bad. Oh my God, by the skin of our teeth. We are able to outduel Justin Jefferson. What do they got under center? Maybe that's what's holding them back. They still have Kirk Cousins. They got Bryce Young. The battle of the 2 top SEC quarterbacks from that draft class. I'll give him the slight advantage because he did not throw a pick. Anthony Richardson threw a pick. That could have came back to bite us in the ass. And Anthony Richardson also had 52 yards and a rushing touchdown, 4 total tutties. 100 yards plus for Quez Watkins. We know he's a big-time playoff performer. Second half, Martin Camp. I hope he goes up superstar. But I also hope we can get to at least the Super Bowl. Dallas lost. That would have been fitting. That would have been awesome, actually, to take on Dallas here in the championship game. But now we're taking on, really, one of the cheat codes. This is going to be a tough one. The Chiefs of the NFC. Taking on the 12-5 Bucks. Super Bowl on the line. Can we get here? Oh, we do 28-24. And we're going to be playing the Colts. Frank Reich going up against the Eagles is 28. I mean, I wish we were more dominant. But, it's Will Levis. That's why he's kind of crushing it right now. Because all of our playoff wins, for the most part, were pretty tightly connected. But look at Richardson. 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. How do you stop that? Devontae Smith, 2 receiving touchdowns. Defensively, we got 2 sacks from Randy Bishop, the Fletcher Cox successor. And we have made the Super Bowl. We're gonna get front row seats here. Because it's year 4, I'm not gonna really hop on the sticks or anything too crazy like that. But things get a little dicey. Maybe we see this one over the line. But I would really like this team to earn it themselves. The team that we built to be able to go within the confines of Madden and win a Super Bowl. 1 bonus point upgrade for Martin Camp, who is up to a superstar after getting the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Let's go. Reddick was always just a star dev, so maybe we're better ahead with Camp than Haason Reddick. No disrespect. Hoskins was the kicker of the year. Do kickers go up dev trait? Yes, they do. Right on. I mean, makes sense. Makes sense, but also hasn't always been the case. Take a look at the rest of the team as far as devs are concerned. Zach Evans went from star up to a superstar. Kind of surprised none of our wide receivers have. They've been kind of shitting out 1,000-yard seasons and have yet to really go up dev. Defensively, we got Cam Davis lost his dev trait from superstar. Nakobe Dean went up to an X factor. And one of the man, it doesn't show that Hoskins went up a dev in his progression. I think I saw that. And I haven't kind of noticed that. Oh, no, there it is. Kicker of the Year plus star dev. Right on, man. Kickers, linemen going up devs. Massive improvements. Who would have thought that that's what franchise needed, huh? It is Super Bowl time. Can we get it? We got A.J. Brown right there. Don't touch it. That jinxes it. I think that's Zach Evans. And right in the center. Let's go. They got Trevor Lawrence. What the F? All right. We took down Bryce Young. We can take down T-Law. T-Law strikes first in the Colts. Oh, no. Come on, we need Tutty. We need Tutty. We get Tutty. We need another Tutty. We can't get it. But there was a turnover there. We tied up at 14. Able to kick the field goal. Go into the second half up 17-14. You can never count out Frank Reich in the Super Bowl. He gets like plus 15 to all his player attributes. But it is looking kind of decent right now. 30-17. They go for it on fourth down. They're able to get it. They get a stop. They have a minute 44 to go tie this up. What are the odds they're going to go tie this up? Pretty high. Let's see if we can come in. Get this Super Bowl over the line. Because this is just nonsensical. But if you watch anything on my Panthers series, I suck at defense. Luckily, that stayed in bounds. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I can use your linebackers. Oh, let's go Kobe. Let's go Kobe Dean. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is for the damn Super Bowl, baby. No! We gotta earn it. Goddamn, why'd they change the rules? What does it matter? We got it. Year 4 or 5, Super Bowl has been secured. Everything is in play for a dynasty to get 2 Super Bowls. This is his oh, let's go. What a classic. Goes to overtime. Hell of a drive. Full respect to Trevor Lawrence and the Colts there. But at a certain point, you're not Anthony Richardson. You're not, even though you can't say it anymore, you're not AR-15. AR-15, truly an elite player. Look at this. I don't know who that is. That's me. Walking it down there. Everyone's up in the stadium. You got Deuce Douglas up there. And then we got Anthony Richardson. Let's just bask in this glory. Hoist that bad boy. Looks like me when I held my daughter for the first time. That's what he's doing there. That's what it means to him. That's what it means to the Philadelphia Eagles. And we still got one more year to try and run this one back. Who got the MVP? Look at the box score here real quickly. Was it Richardson? Yeah, we're going to give it to him. 372 yards, 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl, and we got one more year. With Darius Slay regressing, corner was really the only spot I wanted to be aggressive and spend this little bit of a war chest we have in terms of salary cap space, and there's just not much. There's not much there. There's nothing that's technically an upgrade. None of these guys would even be corner 3 on my team. So, you know, it's kind of maybe more impressive that we're this good with that much salary cap still available. It all probably helped, though, with that first-year draft class absolutely hitting a home run there. There's literally no picks that we can make in terms of a star, so I just want to try to go with the best player. And actually had to kind of like sift through a little bit here, and I think this might be the best guy available. BPA, Dennis Harbor. And again, I mean, still, if you're thinking about going beyond this year, Kyzir White's getting up there in age a little bit, so let's keep that pipeline going. And we're going to get Dennis Harbor. Oh, normal dev. I just wanted to show you guys here as well, because I don't know why I didn't even show you the first time I did it. Kickers and punters are pretty easy to draft, because look, you get B awareness, A kick accuracy, for example, on that top guy. So you get pretty valuable information right out the bat. So, I mean, you got this guy, Johnson's probably pretty good. Like, you're dealing with guys, if you're getting B and A, they're most likely going to be a 70 plus. So it's, I mean, it's not, if you weren't looking for it, you know what to look for. It might not be super self-explanatory, but I think, you know, come on, these guys are going to be very good. Even this guy here, A awareness, B accuracy, that can be pretty damn spicy as well. Draft your special teamers. Special teamers matter. I kind of just set our board after the Harbor selection. He's 72, not too bad. Just set our favorites. Computer goes off your favorites. We got DeAndre Hood, 73, hidden dev, 6'5", 223 with 93 speed, 94 jumping. That's absolutely terrifying. We got Jamie Castaneda. Jamie Canada. We're going to go with that. 4th round, 73, hidden dev at guard. Did not think he was going to be that hot, but he was pretty spicy. So all in all, not a brutal draft class. Unfortunately, none of these guys are likely to make an appearance, though, in this rebuild. Here are your defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. This is our rebuilt Eagles squad. We got Anthony Richardson under center, 93 superstar. What a monster this guy is. Just imagine this guy in Madden in real life. This is what he's going to be like in real life. Trust me. 97 throw power. We got 93 deep, 92 short, 93 throw on the round. That medium accuracy should actually get worked on. 98 throw under pressure, 92 break sack, 91 speed, 93 acceleration, and he's actually probably even closer to 240 at this point. So that is an absolute monster. We got Zach Evans from the same draft class. He's up to a 90 superstar. Kind of disappointed that, you know, Smith, Brown, Quez, not one of those guys has gone up dev trade, and somehow Demas has not lost his dev trade. He doesn't even play. But, you know, at least the ratings are really all that matters. They're studs. O-line looks good. Mailata, Dickerson, Juergens going the full rebuild. Polk and Smith had to be drafted as replacements. Goddard here as well. Still playing at a high level. Defensively, we got Sweat, Bishop, Davis, and Camp. Even though Davis lost his superstar, at least Camp gained a superstar. So we still have that kind of impact on the defensive line. Kyzir White, Nakobe Dean, and Flo are our linebackers right now. I guess, you know, Godfrey, I don't know. Sure, we'll give him the opportunity. If that's what the computers kind of, our coaching staff is kind of implying that we should give Flo the opportunity here. Chin and Joseph at safety. Joseph, obviously another part of that outstanding first draft class. Same with Keely Ringo, who is now taken over. He's learned everything he can from Slay. It is his time to be that shutdown corner. Even though Slay's still playing on the outside, 82. We got Maddox there, 83. Really, this team has all of the ingredients to go and run it back. That is exactly what we intend on doing. We finished the 5th and final season, and we broke the curse. We were able to win back-to-back NFC East titles. I think the first time since like the early 2000s when Andy Reid did it with the Eagles. So that's kind of cool. We also crushed the Lions in case their quarterback wins MVP again. Just remember that stat line, 42-10, who the better team is. And we got the first round bye. We had the number 3 offense in the NFL. Defensively, not as hot. Still had the top 6 rushing defense, which is pretty good. Look at the big picture right out the gate. We actually had nobody there. So it shows you. Best team. You don't need anything like that. Anthony Richardson was solid. 5100. Solid. Very good. But no, obviously not S tier like we can see. 5,100 yards, 39 touchdowns, 15 picks. A little high there. 1,500 yards, 21 touchdowns for Zach Evans. 7 rushing touchdowns for Anthony Richardson. He's insane. 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns for Devontae Smith. 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns for Quez. 9-4 Goddard. 8-6 for A.J. Brown. You know, overall, I would say I was a little bit surprised. I mean, I think Quez has kind of got maybe the stat lines throughout this rebuild that we thought A.J. Brown would get. But, I mean, A.J. Brown led our team in receiving last year. So he's also done some good work. Kyzir White, Dean, and Maddox all go over 100 tackles on the season. 9 sacks for Camp. 7 for Jordan Davis. Finally getting a little pass rush out of Jordan Davis. 7 sacks there for Josh Sweat. 6 for Bishop. 4 picks. Jeremy Chin leading the team. Honestly, nothing too crazy outside of really Zach, you know. Zach Evans had a great year. Will Levis is the MVP. Anthony Richardson comes in at number 5 in the NFC. As far as award winners go, we have Zach Evans running back of the year. That'd be cool if we can go on a run. He gets that superstar. X Factor. And kick back-to-back kicker. This guy's a juggernaut. Back-to-back. He's the best kicker in the league. He's the Justin Tucker regen. And we're able to kick our feet up, await our opponent. As you see here, it takes forever to sim because we're playing offline franchise because online franchise kind of busted right now. And in the first round of the playoffs, we are taking on Desmond Ridder. I think he's still there. And the 9-8 Atlanta Falcons. I mean, with this, we have a chance to repeat history. The year Philly went to win the Super Bowl, the first team they had to beat on their path was the Atlanta Falcons in a game that there was like a ridiculous, like diving knee deflection type play. Torrey Smith, oh my God, look at that. Just casually dropping 50 bombs. We were fresh. They were battered and beaten, just surviving the Bucs. They came in and we're just like, you know, big dog style. Look at that. They got Mariota still under center. Jesus. 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, Anthony Richardson. Zach Evans absolutely crushed it. Richardson got the rushing touchdown. 135 yards, 2 touchdowns. I was kind of talking down on A.J. Brown. I had to remind everybody. Couple sacks, got a couple picks. Slay and Brandon Joseph. And next up, the 3-seed Chicago Bears. Justin Fields. I'm not going to lie. Right now, it's between the Bears and Lions what team I want to rebuild next. Can we stop them? They got DK Metcalf, so they have finally invested around Justin Fields. And they didn't have a chance. They just, our team's too damn good. We're back in the Super Bowl. 41-20. Not even close. Just stunting on these guys. Just, they can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. Quez over 100 yards. He's a big playoff performance. What he does. No sacks. Did have the interception for Nakobe Dean. And it sets up an absolute electrifying Super Bowl between Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Freak of nature, one of one type quarterback, and Anthony Richardson of the Philadelphia Eagles. Freak of nature. I correct myself. Freak of nature, one of two. These are probably the only 2 guys that are built like this. I do want to take a look at the career stats now. I like doing the stats. I'm going to get in the habit of showing the stats before the Super Bowl so we can go out on a high note, hopefully. Anthony Richardson, through 4 seasons, 20,000 passing yards, 158 touchdowns, 51 picks, almost a 70% completion percentage, which is ridiculous for a quarterback of his style. 4, 9, 7, 8. Almost 5,000 yards and 4 touchdowns. 4 years, sorry, for Zach Evans, 62 touchdowns, 1,500 yards, 28 touchdowns for Anthony Richardson, who is up to an X factor. We're going to give him escape artist. We got A.J. Brown. I mean, we did a lot of that with Tennessee. Devontae Smith, 7,000 receiving yards, 68 touchdowns. Goddard up there. Quez, 6,000 yards, 35 tutties. That's pretty awesome. Defensively, Kyzir White actually did a lot of that with us. He's been crushing it. Nakobe Dean, almost 700 tackles in his career, 14 TFL, 7 picks. We have 49.5 sacks for Josh Sweat. I would say that's just, as we close this one out, my pass rush has been a little disappointing. Like, I say the one negative thing, the one thing I wasn't totally vibing with in this review. I wish we had a little bit more productive pass rush, but we still have a chance to get 2 Super Bowls. We still have a chance to make this an iconic Anthony Richardson Philadelphia Eagles rebuild here in Madden 23. We got to get that 2nd Super Bowl, though. Hey, they got rid of escape artist? I thought they nerfed it. I didn't think they actually straight up removed it. Okay, well, we're going to give him the interception one because I might hop on the sticks at some point, I think, during the Super Bowl, and that'd be nice if he could earn that. But look at our 99 monster. Built in a lab. Now, the last time I hopped on the sticks, I think I threw 3 picks with Anthony Richardson. We knocked it down to all-pro. I think we can do a little bit better here in this Super Bowl. Look at that, man. Let's go. Defend it. We're going to defend it. And it looks like we actually just had a pick there, unfortunately, on the opening drive. Not what you want to see in terms of mistakes, because they can just pile on like they're doing right now. Oh, my God. Okay, we got to get a touchdown here. We do before half, and we got to keep them out. And they are just kind of running away with it here a little bit. 14-24. We get the instant touchdown. It makes it kind of close. 20. Oh, my God. The second half has been absolutely dominant. Let me come in. Let me get at least a play here. 3rd and 10. We'll go post-wheel drag to A.J. Brown. Why are my abilities not on? Why is there nothing going on here? Oh, what a dot! 3 picks for Richardson. Jesus Christ. If we can win this one, don't give him the MVP, please. Give ourselves a 1st and goal on the 5. And that's just blocked to perfection. Not going to say that that's 100% dagger. You got Josh Allen. They can do some weird things. They go for it on 4th down. It's over. They go for it on 4th down. It's over. Back You already know I'm loving this. Back-to-back Super Bowl champions, Anthony Richardson has established himself as the greatest Philadelphia Eagle quarterback in history. He's like the combination of all the greats before him. He has the mobility, he has the mobility of Michael Vick. He has the electrifying playmaking of Randall Cunningham. He has the arm talent of your combo of, like, you want to say Wentz or Donovan McNabb. And I don't know. He has the leadership abilities of Jalen Hurts. You know, he's good at being friends with his teammates like Jalen Hurts. Let's go. Put that goddamn son of a bitch in the air. Let's go. Hoist it. Back to back. Let's go. Oh, yes, Sirianni. Got a bunch of dogs. We got a bunch of dogs here today. Even though Anthony Richardson did have 3 picks, still absolutely crushed it. And we get the back-to-back Super Bowls. Perfect way to end this Madden 23 Philadelphia Eagles realistic rebuild. So as you close one down, again, massive shout out to Bengal for creating this draft class. It's on the Xbox. It's what I'm going to be using. I might pick at my own personal draft class, and if I do get it done, I will drop it. Because I know there will be people like, I don't want to use this draft class. I want to use yours. I appreciate that. I truly do, and I will work on it, but I'm going to work on it when, like, I'm bored versus, like, I got to work on it to get it done. And, yeah, for the YouTube robots, hit that like button, especially if you're an Eagle fan. Come on, baby, 2 Super Bowls. That is a great way to end it. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below with what team you want to see rebuilt next. And that will do it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you back here on the next one. I think tomorrow might be a big episode for the Carolina Panthers franchise. You won't want to miss it. I'll see you then. Peace out.